The American Airlines bankruptcy has set off another round of merger chatter in the airline industry. American's future is a principal topic in these discussions. American says it wants to stay independent. Its plan is to do what its competitors have done, cut costs, mainly labor costs, and save billions of dollars a year. The main impediment to that is U.S. Airways. U.S. Airways has been trying to merge with a bigger carrier since the mid-1990s. The feeling has always been that U.S. Airways is a tweener. It's neither a big international carrier with a large global presence, nor is it a low-fare, low-cost carrier, even if its labor costs are temporarily reduced due to its two bankruptcies. So a merger between U.S. Airways and American seems to make sense. It might not happen, but it seems to make sense. Yet now we have Delta deciding to step into the middle of this, sort of. Actually, sources involved in the transactions, presumably from the investment banking community, leaked a story that Delta was looking at acquiring American. Then a few weeks later, they leaked a story that Delta is also looking at acquiring U.S. Airways. On the surface, neither of these things seem particularly likely, given their anti-competitive nature and resistance by the acquirees. It seems much more likely to be an effort by Delta to muddy the waters, to erect barriers for whatever U.S. Airways and American want to do. Would the world's second largest airline be allowed to merge with the world's third largest airline? I think regulators and most Americans like having three big competing airlines in the U.S. much more than they would like to have two. Would Delta be allowed to acquire U.S. Airways? I think that if the same airline operates the only two hubs in the Southeast, Atlanta and Charlotte, that would be about as anti-competitive as it gets. It's funny. In 2006, U.S. Airways sought to merge with Delta, and Delta said that would be anti-competitive. Like they say, if you want to acquire me, that is anti-competitive. But if I want to acquire you, that is pro-competitive.